ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, ואמרו, אמן. יאי לי 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 לי, יאי 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 לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, עושה שלום במרומם, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, ואמרו, אמן. יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, הוא עושה שלום במרומם, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו, ואמרו, אמן.
All right. Bim bam. Bim bam.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim bim bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim bim bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. 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 Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim bim bam.
Woo! Good Shabbos. Shabbat shalom. You can't go wrong either way. Either way. I used to play a game when I lived in the Hood in Pico Robertson. I'd walk down the street on Shabbat, and I'd turn to whoever I was with, and I would say, is this a Shabbat Shalom person or a good Shabbos person? So it's a little game you can play if you walk around the hood. I had fun with it. That's fine. All right. So normally here, in this opening drash, this is where some people choose to use one of their prophets as inspiration. Sometimes there's just rabbi that's often quoted. I think you may have heard of him. His name is Rabbi Heschel. He's often quoted here. I'm going to use one of the teachings of one of my prophets. So I'm going to start with a quote. It's a little bit long. I hope you stick out with me. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the person who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again. Because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and judge. It's easy to sit on the sidelines, but to be in the ring, that's what matters. Who actually does strive to do the deeds, who shows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and at worst, if he fails while daring greatly. This is a quote by Teddy Roosevelt, but it's been made famous more recently by a prophet named Brene Brown. If you know, so some of you know her. Yeah. She's amazing. And she talks about vulnerability. She talks about the ability to open yourself up to people, to experiences, to fail. It's not about the people who second guess you. It's not about the people who would have done it differently or who show you where you're going wrong. It's about the people who are brave enough to show up and show themselves. This is something I struggle with. I don't know if you know this, but recently I started a new job. And it's a big job, and there's a lot of pressure, and I want to do it just right. And so when that happens, what my tendency is to hide a little bit, to hide away, to not let myself be seen. So I'm going to commit to you tonight, and going forward, I'll make this commitment again, I promise, to show myself, to be myself, in the hopes that you'll join with me, in the hopes that together we'll dare greatly, we'll open ourselves up, and by the way, sometimes when we do that, we'll get hurt. And that's not weakness. Hurt and weakness are not the same thing. Vulnerability and being hurt are actually the strongest things we can do. And for those of you that are here in the house, there is no recovery without this. There's no recovery from addiction. There's no recovery from anything without opening ourselves up. So I want to challenge us tonight and going forward. We'll talk more about this, I promise. To dare greatly, to dare together, to be together, and to be vulnerable. Cut his mic. No.
Well, since you asked for this earlier today, okay, I want to make this known that
is there a trap
for
door?
those of you watching and those of you taking notes and complaining about the last time this went down, it's actually something that Rabbi Goldstein and I have spoken about, which is to be able to have a banter with each other. Yep. So I love what you said. I mean, it's, certainly has been our ethos. The interesting thing about it is that people confuse the word self. So you being you hiding, that you could say that that's a part of myself. It's a part of my way of being. And when prophets use self, I'm not sure Brene Brown is a prophet because she's regurgitating everything that Harriet Rosetto's been saying for some 30-plus years. Just saying here.
Devin, you'll let her know he said that, okay?
Please let her know. I would tell her. Right, she had a TED Talk. So
Soon you
the
will
whole
too.
thing is
You
that
will.
this whole sense of self, okay, self starts at the core of our being, which is our soul, which is our divinity. And whenever we're going to hide, whenever we're going to say that's just my way, then we're denying that self, that core, that image of God. So in living out loud and living vulnerably and failing forward, as we say here, it always has to be from, I think, from a place of core beingness. And that's different than self. Because self has been, at least it's different than self in the way people use self. Okay, I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing this for myself.
I'm being true to myself.
Right, being
Right.
true to myself. Very few people really are, because very few people do the difficult inner work to grow their soul, to grow their beingness. And I think that's really what Brené Brown is talking about, and I think that's really what you're talking about. I just want to make it like clear that you can't hide and be true to your spirit. You can't hide. You can't blame and be true. You can't be scared shitless to take on a job that you went for. You know.
Oh, see, I think you can. I think you can be scared.
I
but
didn't
you don't
say
let
not
it stop
scared.
you.
I said scared shitless.
Well, I'm a Jew. There's no other kind of scared than scared shitless. It's the only kind of
Not the
scared we
Jews
know.
I know. The Jews I hung out with, they never did that. What
That's
can I do?
fine.
You know, they were.
I hung out with the
They knew
neurotic
Bugsy
Jews.
and Mayer, but other than that, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
So no, but I think that's an important piece for all of us. Fear and trepidation are certainly part of everything. It's just a sense of I have to, when I find myself in Ecclesiastes, it says, all that is in your hands, you have the power to do, and do all that's within your power. 9:10, excuse me. So that's where I can never let fear stop me from being me.
But you also have to remember when fear is actually what's moving you to feel whatever it is. Maybe you're feeling angry, maybe you're feeling whatever it is, and instead of looking at the person who's making you angry, you look at what it is you're actually feeling in your true self.
Right, and I agree with that. And I'm just what I'm saying is all of us have this role, this soul role. And when we try and live somebody else's soul role, we're in trouble.
Right?
Living our own, there's fear. You're right, without blame. It's just a matter of knowing that through the fear, I have to be true to my soul.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Now we're going to do a nigun, a wordless melody. Come on back.
Everyone, please join us.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Yeah, lie, lie, lie,
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Malachi, Shalom Malachi Elyon. Melech mi Melech Malachi Hamlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Lai 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 lai
Let's sing a new song, shall we? All right, Shiru Ladonai. All right. So now we come to the tzedakah part, right? Tzedakah means what? Righteousness, charity, right? You guys already know the bit. It's not about charity, it's about justice. It's about setting things right, and that's what we do when we give tzedakah. And you can be motivated by anything to give tzedakah. Now, if I asked you, which is better? To give because you want to give tzedakah or to give because you know you are obligated to give? What's better? I'd love 60 voices. So, yes and no. That's what I'm going to say. So, you would think that it's because you want to give, that you give out of the goodness of your heart. You're saying no. Why not?
Because if you have an obligation and you honor it.
Right. The rabbis know this. The rabbis know that if you have an obligation, you honor it. If you only give because you want to, the second you don't want to anymore, you stop giving. Right? It's like the beginning of Fiddler, right? When he says, so you had a bad year. For that I should suffer, right? Nobody, come on. Fiddler people, come on. All right. You got to wake them up a little bit, Rab. Or you got to wake up too. Okay. Either way, we give because it's the right thing to do. We give for whatever motivation. We give and we give all that we can. And when we do this, we connect ourselves to something greater than us. When we read the Yizkor prayers on the holidays that we remember our loved ones, we don't just remember them. We say that because of this memory, we are moved to give. And when we give for a cause, we're putting our values into action. When we're moved to give, we show by example to ourselves, to our families, to others, what our values are. It's not mere words. We are putting our money where our mouth is. So that's why we do tzedakah. So, Rabbi, you ready to do tshuva? No, not that. They got a little excited for that.
I'm not going to start with you. I want to, desperately, just so you know. However, I'm not going to. So, I'm thinking about it, and tshuva is such a, again, it's a commandment. It's not a when I want to. It's that we have to be engaged in looking at ourselves, what we were speaking about before. I can't know my true self if I'm not willing to look into myself. And too many of us want to look at ourselves through rose-colored glasses. We want to look for all the ways we're right. We were just, a couple days ago, I was speaking to somebody, and all they did was justify everything they've done. That's not looking at myself with truth. So, at the core of tshuva is truth. It's this experience of saying, here's what I've done well, here's what I've done not well. Here's where I missed the mark, here's where I hit the mark. It's the greatest gift that God has given us is the gift of tshuva. Rabbi Heschel calls it the most unnoticed of all miracles. Isn't that supposed to be up on the screen? Miracles happen. Thank you, Thea. So, think about this. You want to talk about not fair. Everybody wants fair. I don't want fair. If life was fair, I'd either be dead or doing life. So, I'm very happy that life's not fair. Because of tshuva, harm and blemish is extinguished and transformed into salvation. I can't do that from a place of dishonesty. And we're dishonest in such subtle ways. We're dishonest when we don't look at our true self. We're dishonest when we don't take the actions that we know we should and we justify them. We're dishonest when we say, oh, I'll do it at Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur has become one of the most bastardized experiences in the Jewish tradition. Everybody thinks, oh, I go to shul on Yom Kippur and everything's forgiven. It's not. We're going to commemorate Tisha B'Av tomorrow night here. And think about it, okay? Tisha B'Av is, we caused the destruction of the temple through sinat chinam, through senseless hatred. And we do the same thing with ourselves. Tshuva says you don't have to have sense. You don't have to hate yourself anymore. Pardon me. Dust. Yeah, I need some water. I'm sorry. In my old age, I've become susceptible to dust. Actually, what happened was I had one of those room cleaners, you know, the air fresheners, for 4 years or 5 years, and nobody ever changed the filter. So I think it's all coming up. But we do tshuva out loud here because we are not afraid to stand up. We're not afraid to stand up and acknowledge the things where we've erred. We're not afraid to stand up and acknowledge the goodness and the gratitude. Tshuva says you don't have to be afraid. The question is, what are you still afraid of? We do tshuva out loud. Who's doing it? Who's handling the mic? Okay. Ken or Rachel?
Hi, my name's Jeff. I'm a grateful member of this community. I'm extremely grateful tonight. I'm grateful that my boy Zach is here this year for his cake. It's great to see you, man. Big deal, man, and I'm proud of you. I'm thankful to Rabbi and Nate for golf every week, but my main big gratitude is going to go to my boy Jeremy, who's taking the cake. It's my rock, my sponsor, and probably now one of my best friends and best golf buddy, and I appreciate everything you do for me and my family, and especially me. I don't know if I'd be standing here today if it wasn't for you. But don't think you're coming that close to beating me again at golf.
Hi, my name is Joey. I'm a resident here. I'm actually afraid to do shuv out loud. I want to wish Jeremy happy birthday. He's also one of my best friends and my sponsor, my counselor, one of my best friends and mentor. I want to give a shuva to with Rabbi and my mom over there. I haven't been the best resident, or the whole community actually. I haven't been the nicest resident lately, so I apologize for that. So thank you.
I'm Barbara, grateful member of the community. At Glenn's funeral, you know, I was so upset that I forgot to do some things. So I'd like to say a couple things. I remember that I thanked Trudy for taking such good care of him, but what I didn't say and what I really wanted to say, where is she? Was how happy you made him by doing the music studio and just being there. And he would, you know, he came over for dinner and he just expressed how happy he was. So thank you for that. And also Rabbi, I wanted to thank Rabbi for also making him happy in quite a different way. He was really always worried about his legacy, and he really wanted to leave a legacy. And all that time that we were putting together the proposal for the BTS publishing project, he told me about this dream that he had, and he really wanted Rabbi, for you to be on the cover of Rolling Stone, being handed a check by the musicians of Beit Shuvah, and that was his dream, and I thought that was so nice. And he always talked about paying it forward, and you know, that's what he was about. So those are the two things that we were all so upset, and I was so upset that I just didn't say those things that I wanted to say. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andy, a grateful member of the community. Um, First of all, I'd like to, on Zach's second birthday. As my friend Elaine says, time flies when you're having fun. I'd like to thank, first of all, thank you to Harriet and Rabbi, obviously, for everything that they've done for our family. And thank you to Jeremy, and congratulations on your birthday. I'm so happy that you were both taking cake on the same day. What you've done to help us during the last 2 years has been immeasurable, immeasurable. And thank you to all the community, and especially to the residents. I can't name all of you. I don't know half of your names, frankly, but for helping us, both of us. And mostly, I want to say on behalf of myself and your mom, who's no longer with us, I'm mostly grateful to you. I know we're both grateful to you because you made us have to change. We had to change how we thought about things, how we acted, how we spoke, how we perceive things, and you made us, through everything, painfully, better people, and you're a better person as well. So congratulations, I love you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jeff, a grateful member of this community. So I want to start off by saying I'm really grateful for my journey. By that I mean where it's taken me and who I get to share it with, and the fact that, like the rabbi said earlier, I've been able to relieve myself of my role and step into like truly taking my soul back, and the fact that I'm no longer a spectator on my life, and that I get to share that with people like my brother Zach, who's taking his 2-year cake, and I get to gain perspective and guidance and poise from afar, mostly from people like Jeremy, who's also taking his cake, as well Mark, who's taking his cake, and this place has given me my life back, and I'm so grateful for what it's provided me and these people and my life. Thank you, guys.
Where are the hands?
Hi, my name is Roy. I'm a grateful alumni and member of the community. I'm not sure how this is going to come out. The drash about honesty and truth inspired me. When I was a resident here, I was very grateful to have wonderful care, and Rabbi and Harriet didn't like me the way I wanted to be liked. And after I left here, in my heart, I used to motherfuck you guys. I used to just say horrible things. And, I need to apologize and make tshuva for that. You took care of me just exactly the right way, because I got to a place where I am in my life where I couldn't, you can't draw a line between from there to here. I am very grateful, and I am very sorry. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Devin. I'm a grateful resident here. I just wanted to give some gratitude for this place, for just everything that it's given me. Just the fact that I'm now working. I was talking to somebody from my last program who just graduated that program, and they didn't take us to AA meetings. They didn't really do any steps. We didn't have like the spiritual counselor or the therapist or the regular counselor. They didn't have a sense of community like this place has, and I just feel truly lucky and blessed to be here. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Hi, I'm David. Grateful member of this community. My heart is beating out of my chest right now, and but that's something I'm grateful for. I shouldn't have been here about a week ago, and I need to make shuva for bringing that stuff to Beit Shuva and putting others in danger. And I can't say how grateful I am for the community. I've never been a part of a community before, and the amount of love and support I've gotten from everybody here in the last week has like brought me to tears multiple times because I don't know how to take in that kind of love, and I never really had that love for myself. So I just want to thank everybody that has reached out and that's been there for me when I couldn't be there for myself, and that's picking me up. And thank you, Beit Shuva, for just being here, I guess. I don't know. That's all. Thank you.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for so much all the time. I'm grateful that I almost beat Jeremy today in golf. I'm grateful that I was only 4 shots off Jeff Lester. Yeah, be careful what you say, boy. I'm grateful that I beat Nate today in golf. I mean, you know, these are important things. Right. But I'm grateful for the camaraderie that we have. I'm grateful for, I'm actually grateful for golf. Harriet, I don't know if she's so grateful for golf, but I'm grateful for golf. Did you ever think you would hear me say that, Frank? I mean, really. I did. Actually, I was hoping you'd say that. Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for our band. I have to tell you, for the whole music department, actually. For those of you that are on the live stream, I have to tell you, we got a guy in the studio, in our studio, Ted Greenberg. His mother's here tonight from Florida. So, hi, Mom. And Ted works so hard to make sure that the sound is mixed right, and he's a professional, and he's really an amazing human being. I said to his mother that she raised a mensch, and so I'm grateful for Ted. I'm grateful for Max, who's also in the studio, and we got Thea back there doing the slides, and Zach, who's doing the video and the live stream and working the cameras. And of course, Eldon, who comes here every week, not because he has to, but because he wants to, on the board. And, you know, we got the usual suspects. We got David on guitar and Greg on bass. And Luca, who's learning how to play the drums a little softer. And of course, we got James on the keyboard. And I don't know, I think we got the 2 best cantors in town, to tell you the truth. Cantors Rachel and Nate. You bring the music, you bring the prayers to life. And you sing the prayers, and everybody plays the prayers and does the work to get all of it working with your souls. It is certainly not a role experience for any of us, and for that I'm so very, very grateful. I'm also grateful for the birthdays, grateful for Zach and Mark and Jeremy. I mean, they're just amazing examples of what we do. I'm grateful that John and Mintha's babies are doing okay. They were born prematurely, and thank God they're good. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for friendship. I'm grateful that Ronnie and Joe Stabler are here. They come in, they're quiet, but Ronnie and Joe have been a mainstay of our community. I have to tell you, the first gala, well, not our first gala, but in 1999, we did a gala. And Annette convinced Ronnie to do it. Now, the deal was Ronnie was going to India during the time of the gala. So she had to make sure that everything was right on. And Ronnie did such a tremendous job on that gala that it earned her 2 more years of chairing the gala. And Ronnie, your love and your support, your smile, and Joe's smile, it just lights up our world, and certainly my soul. So thank you. And of course, to you, Harriet, nothing happens without you. I mean, it's crazy, okay? It's August of 2019. In 3 months, almost to the day, Harold, when did we move in? November 10th? November 9th or 10th? It was the beginning, towards the beginning of November, right, Scotty? So, yeah, we have the C of O in before the 15th, I know that. So it was around this time, 20 years and 3 months, or 19 years and 9 months, I guess it is, that we moved into this place. And that is such a trip to me. And, I mean, who'd have thunk? So, I'm the con man of the family. But I tell this story often. Harriet convinced a lot of smart, good, successful Jewish businessmen that if we got a bigger place than Lake Street, which was falling apart, we could help more people. And even though it would cost more, and we would lose more money per person, we would make it up in volume. And I mean, this is Warren Breslow, this is so many of the members of our board, and they're all nodding their heads, saying, okay, that sounds like a great idea. And I'm cracking up inside, because I think, what a move you made. And because of that move, and because of those business people, and because of the Jewish community, we're saving lives. And that is really what it's all about. All of us live much better because you're a good con. Shabbat shalom.
Now we have an original piece. Everything Matters. Written by Laura Bagish. Thank you.
What we do today
right, all right, all right. Thank you. We're going to welcome in our new members, our new residents. So, Asia C, Dustin J, Vincent L, Molly W, and Catherine, come on up. Come on up. We're going to welcome you in, and I'm not going to welcome them in myself. You guys are going to help me. Come on up. Come on up. We're also going to call up the birthdays to help us welcome our new members. Come on in. You guys are going to be on this side, you guys on that side. All right. We're going to do this together, right? All right, come on in. Come on. It's up there on the board. It's right on there. There we go. Get in, all of you.
May the door of this house be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for fellowship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this house be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this house be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Amen. All right. All right, we're going to keep following this. Come on up. Come on up. Asia, right? All right. So these guys over here are celebrating birthdays. You've been here for less than a week, right? And I'm sure it's been a relaxing, easy week for all of you. No stress, no nut, right? Well, then you're not doing it right if that's that way. It should feel like shit at times, okay? That's how you know you're doing it right, all right? It's hard, but you're still here, all right? Maybe you wanted to leave when you first got here. Maybe you still want to leave, but you're still here. You know, we're reading in the Torah, everything we're reading about this journey from slavery to freedom, something you can relate to, right? This week we start a new chapter. We start a new book, the final book of the Torah. And Moses, the prophet, speaks to the Jewish people. And he speaks to them with love, and he speaks to them with rebuke. We're going to do all of that for you. We're going to give you love. We're going to give you rebuke. And we're going to give you an open door to do this together. All right? So, Asia, come on up. We're going to say together, Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life. Now you say.
Nalech be'or b'shem Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the Divine One. Welcome. All right. Molly. All right. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Melech be'or b'shem Adonai.
Let us walk together in the light of the Divine One. Welcome. All right. All right. We're going to welcome Dustin, all right? Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Nalek be or be Shem Adonai.
Let's walk together in the light of the Divine One. Welcome. All right. You ready, Vincent? All right. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. May you who have come be blessed in the name of the source of life.
Nalek be or Ashe Adonai.
Let's walk together in the light of the Divine One. Welcome. Wait. So you look at the front page, right? What does it say? Hold on, right? That's what we ask of you, to keep coming, right? To stay, to just show up, do the next right thing, all right? And together we're all going to tell you what it's right. You're going to hear those words. You're going to see them. Ready? We're asking you all to hold on. All right. Mizmor Shir.
עליון וזמר לשמך עליון מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני וזמר לשמך עליון וזמר לשמך עליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי עשור ועלי נבר ועלי היגיון בחינוך מזמור שיר ליום השבת טוב להודות לאדוני וזמר לשמך עליון וזמר לשמך עליון להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות עלי עשור ועלי נבר ועלי היגיון בחינוך וזמר לשמך עליון וזמר לשמך עליון
Next. Okay. No. All right. They've turned off my mic. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, good. Next, we do Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi is the doorway through which we enter into Shabbat. So when we start Lecha Dodi, it's Friday. When we finish Lecha Dodi, it's Shabbat. And let's all join Shabbat together. We'll all stand up. We're going to sing Lecha Dodi.
שבת תקווה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה תדור בי טיפה מודד וביהודי יהודי ושיר דברי תודת אדוני עלי תקלט
We stand and we face the entrance.
בואי ושלום עטרת בלה בשמחה וצולה תוך אמונה סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה
That'll wake you up. All right. We're going to light the candles. So birthdays, come on back. We're going to light the Shabbos candles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר, להדליק נר של שבת.
L'dor vador.
לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש.
לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש.
לשבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי המלך גדול, המלך גדול, וקדוש אתה. לדור
נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים,
קדושתך נקדיש.
ברוך אתה אדוני
That was beautiful. Great. Fantastic. I'm going to take a water with me just in case. So this is the Parshat Devarim. It's the first parsha of the 5th book of the Torah. It's Moses, who was slow of speech, in Exodus talks for 33 chapters. I guess those 40 years gave him a lot to talk about. Now, he talked all through the wilderness, too. You know, he was always, and God said, and all these other things. So I was thinking about it. This Torah portion always comes before Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of Av. Now, this may come as a surprise to many people, but the rabbis decided that the Jews should only mourn one day a year for all the destructions, all the bad things. Everything bad that happened to the Jewish people, the rabbis said, happened on the 9th of Av. Now, can you imagine Jews only complaining and feeling sad on one day? That's another one of those rabbinic commandments that nobody follows. But I was thinking, why do we do Devarim? Why do we do this parsha that Moses recounts all the journeys and he recounts all the places that the children of Israel made mistakes, and of course never takes any responsibility himself, as I said in the Shmata. And I realized that the rabbis were saying, don't listen to Moses, blaming everything on the children of Israel. That we all have to take responsibility. It's not one person's fault. As Rabbi Heschel says, in a free society, some are guilty, all are responsible. And as I'm thinking about it, I always say this about this book of the Torah. It's Moses' ethical will. I said it, I think, in the Shmata. I don't remember exactly what I said there. I wrote it on Tuesday, so it's already out of my head. But I'm thinking about this on a personal level. I wrote a little bit about me and Beit Shuvah and our journey, but really, what's the journey of your family? What's the journey of your life? What are you imparting to your children? Now, somebody said, well, you know, I don't have to write anything down because they know it from the way I've acted. Well, that sounds good. But really, my actions are not always in concert with my values. I make mistakes. And when you think about it, we have this document called Torah that is anywhere from 2,000 years old to 3,300 years old, depending on the way you want to believe. But think about it, okay, what am I leaving to my daughter? What am I leaving to my grandchildren? What is important in my life? What have I learned? What can I help them with? So I'm a guy whose father died when he was 14. He came home I came home and my father was asleep on the couch, coughed and had a heart attack. His 7th one in 7 years. For 53 and a half years, I wanted one more conversation with him. I wanted one more piece of wisdom. It's not that we didn't talk. It's not. Would I love a document that I could go to that was written by my father? Absolutely. Now I'm blessed in that I have my brother and my sister. My brother, really. My sister doesn't remember my father. But I have my brother, and the two of us talk about these things. And the questions for us always are, what would Dad tell us? What would Grandpa tell us? With my mother, I didn't have to worry about it because she wrote things down, and I wrote them down too, and my sister wrote them down. My nieces and nephews, my daughter wrote them down. But think about it. Are you leaving this ethical will, not just of what you've done right, but even the errors that we made? Are you leaving something to your children that's going to last like Torah lasts? And yeah, you're going to have a different take on it than, just like Moses has a different take on it. But really, what's he talking about in Deuteronomy is second law. That's what it means from the Greek. We have a second chance to impart to people that we love all of the things that we might have wished we would have done, aren't sure they really got. Many years ago, I said no to Heather about something when she was still of an age that she would listen to me. And she got all upset, and Harriet said, well, did you explain to her why you said no? I said, I'm her father. Why should I explain? She said, go explain. And I told Heather what went into my decision, and she looked at me and she says, I didn't realize you thought that much about me or about the situation. So if we give our children, our friends, our nieces, our nephews, etc., we give them this document that we have, we give them a shot to have a better, richer, more meaningful life. Just like that prayer that we say to welcome new residents in. That's the challenge I throw out to you. I pray to God that you'll take it up. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise for the Borachu.
In just a moment, we're going to do the Shema. We're going to sing together about the oneness of God. But before we do, I'm going to ask a favor of you. Some of you, it may be more taxing than others. He's fine? Okay, good. I'm going to ask you to put your feet flat on the floor. Put your hands in your lap. And close your eyes. We've welcomed in Shabbat with words. Now we're going to do it with our bodies. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in. Feel that diaphragm expand through belly breath. And out. Let go of the weak. Just let it go. We sing of the oneness of God. We spoke about role. We spoke about soul. All is one. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord all is one. We live in a world of yes and, where we have conflicting pieces of ourselves that exist at the same time. We live in paradoxes. And this is a time to just breathe in. If you feel tension in your body, just let it go. Connect to your soul as we join together for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai
believe this is yours, sir.
I guess it is. Excuse me. With integrity, love, and compassion, I will be the instrument of change in my life and the life of those still struggling. My real life story of struggle and pain. By embracing all my struggles, it's what led to this change. My real life story of struggle and pain. Redemption seemed foreign, but one day it just came. My real life story of struggle and pain. By embracing all my struggles, it's what led to this change. My real life story of struggle and pain. Redemption seemed foreign, but one day it just came. Started overseas with a mother that cared, a father who worked so we couldn't be there. I learned real quick that this life is not fair. In a life full of truth, I've always picked dare. Early on in life, I was faced with many demons. If you did me wrong, best believe I got even. Learned how to cope by just masking these feelings. Pain was always there, but to express it was a weakness. Heart became cold like it just couldn't stop beating. But love's what I needed. Filled with this hatred. Love what I need. Why was this all to believe in? Then came the spark in the shadows and darkness to show me this hatred did not make me heartless. Like in the city, the sky is the starless. I no longer come off as if I'm the hardest. A real life story of struggle and pain. By embracing all my struggles, it's what led to this change. My real life story of struggle and pain. Redemption seemed foreign, but one day it just came. This my real life story of struggle and pain. My real life story of struggle and pain. I said my real life story of struggle and pain. So early on in life, I grew up so confused. Parents physically there, but the emotional abuse. In a world full of colors, I always felt the blues. Jealousy I felt for other families going through. Seeing red of anger, but what was I to do? I tried to build a foundation, but missing all the tools. Off to these races, deviating from these rules. Bottled up my pain, I never showed it, let it hide. If I got the colonize and I would ride. I couldn't comprehend the preciousness of this life. Never give excuses by telling you I tried. The man to get it done, so you best believe the hype. The dog with no bark, but the biggest of the bites. Falling in the cycle and I didn't know why. Couldn't repair, man, that was just a lie. Every single crack, sweat, letting all this light. I said my real life story of struggle and pain. By embracing all my struggles, it's what led to this change. I said my real life story of struggle and pain. Redemption seemed foreign, but one day it just came. I said my real life story of struggle and pain. By embracing all my struggles, it's what led to this change. I said my real life story of struggle and pain. By embracing all my struggles, it's what led to this change.
It is a real life story, right? Thank you, Jeremy. Okay, now I ask those in mourning, either observing a yard site or a year of mourning, to please rise. Make sure that nobody's standing alone. As a community, we we observe the yard site of Harry Silverberg, Herman Scharf, Michael Crane, Morris Axelrod, David Licht, Fred Shapiro, Zelda Ritz, Leslie Fisher, Bessie Cohen, Serene Weinstock, Zilla Paquier, Elliot Kaplow, Lawrence Powell, Anthony Meehan, Linda Plant, David Solomon. Here a mourning of Patricia Beckerman, Todd Bird, Richard Block, Mildred Borovitz, Lillian Bort, Tricia Dinser, Sheila Ellman. Jody Labov, Kobe Levy, Ed Praver, Jean Redstone, Barry Rose, Michael Roth, Tyler Shamash, Michael Shapsis, Sarah Schmidt, Trevor Stefani, Wilson Thacker, Alice Weiss, Lou Weiss, Muriel Werner, Donna Zivik, Itzhak Dasa, Stanley Tashman. Divrach, Yirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yamechon, V'chayei, L'chol Beit Yisrael, V'agalah, V'zman Kari, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Le'olam Olamei Amaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitbar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei D'Kudsha, Brichu, Le'ela, Minkol, Birchata, B'shirata, Tush Bechata Menechemata, Damiran Bialma Bimru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Bimru, Amen. Osei Shalom B'mamav, Uyasei Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael Bimru, Amen. May the one who welcomes all home send comfort and healing to all of us who mourn. Amen. Okay, which cantor's handling it? Birthdays. Did you forget birthdays?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm right here. All right. Come on, guys. Birthday people. Let's do it. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right. We're going to read from the screen here, all right? Oh, Lord, my God, I cried unto you, and you did heal me. Oh, Lord, you saved me from the peril and kept me alive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hagomer l'chayavim tovot, shigamalani kol tov. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who bestows good beyond our deserving, and who has dealt graciously with me. Everyone at the bottom of the page. Mi shigamochem kol tov, hu yigmochem kol tov sela. May the one who has caused you good always bestow goodness upon you.
Okay, you have 2.5 minutes, each of you. That's it. And you should probably have less because you already did that whole rap thing, man. Let me tell you, okay? Eldon, if they go past, cut them off. I understand poetry. You know, a good poet is short and sweet. Okay, Mark B., let's do it. I'm telling
you. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Mark, and I am a hugely grateful member of this community. And I'm a crystal meth addict and a criminal and a 32-year survivor of HIV and a proud gay man and also a rabbi. And above all, I am so grateful to be standing here tonight. A year ago, I sat in my chair in my office now, but talking to Carrie and crying about what was about to happen. My second arrest, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And I talked to Carrie that day, and I talked to Lisa, and thank God, Harriet, for this place. Thank God, Rabbi, you said yes. And I came in here on a Monday, and I didn't unpack because I had court the next day, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And that day, I stood at that podium, and the bailiff was up out of his seat with his handcuffs off of his belt, ready to take me in, and a substitute judge and a different ADA and a really good attorney, and God sent me back here. And it took me, at that time, 62 years to get here. And a lot of wonderful things and a lot of really hard and difficult things. And when I came here, I didn't know what to do. And I got a classic greeting from Rabbi Mark, which I can't repeat from the pulpit. And I didn't know, I was used to talking all the time. I was used to answering questions. And I had to learn to shut up and to listen and to ask questions. And to Harriet and Rabbi Mark, to Rabbi Michael, who told me after my first week when I really didn't know what to do, and I went to him and I said, I really am lost. He said, for the first 30 days, shut up unless you're called on. And that worked, and I did it for the following 30 days too. I have got too many people to thank. First to my mom, who will be watching this tomorrow because it's already 11 o'clock back in Florida. I love you and thank you. To my sister and brother-in-law and nephew are also all back east. Their support has been unbounded. To my treatment team here, Nanette and Mintha and Rabbi Iggy, to alternative sentencing, which has not just brought me here, but given me a job and a fulfilling one, and to Carrie and Janet and Mike and Erin and our volunteers, Jill and Lynn. I couldn't pick a better crew to work with. To the other staff here, but especially to the PF staff, to Justin and Jake and Kaylee and Jessica, and especially to Brittany. In an alternate Jewish Shakespearean universe, she'd be my wife. But that's not what's happening. I want to give a special thanks to my sponsor Dale, who's here, and to Joe and to Marge, and a shout out to Jeff, who's recuperating at home. Thank you so much.
I'm Zach. I'm a grateful member of this community and an alcoholic. Last year on this day, I was incarcerated, and Jeremy stood in my place to take a cake for me. Thank you, bro. My mom got to see me take a year without me being here. While I was in jail, my mom got very sick. I was blessed to get out for a week and to see her through the hard work of Beit Shuva, fighting for me to be able to see my mom and Susan. I had to go back, and my mom passed away 4 days before I got out of jail, which was the hardest thing I had to deal with my entire life. I miss you so much, Mom, and I love you. I'm very grateful to Beit Shuva for how much they have fought for me and how hard they have worked to help me. I want to thank Rabbi and Harriet for never giving up on me even when I have struggled tremendously. I really want to thank Jeremy. Happy birthday, bro. I love you like family. And, hold on, I lost my place. Thank you for being an extended family to me and a brother. I want to thank my dad for showing up for me even when my mom was sick. You came to visit me through what was the hardest time in my life and yours. I can't thank you enough for that. And you and me have never been closer, and I love you so much. To all my friends, Jeff, Todd, Ruben, Chris, you guys have helped me through them so much. And even when I'm in the wrong, still try to show me what true friends really look like. And I love you guys. Thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. Shabbat shalom.
Still won't give it to me. Thank you. Should I be censored? Okay. I'll stick to 2 minutes. That's right. The music department knows who their boss is. Sometimes I forget. My name is Jeremy, and I am an extremely grateful member of this community. I always run a couple days. I get a little weird. I'm like, what am I going to say? I want to really spread a message, and I'm just going to talk about how I was able to get to 5 years of sobriety really quickly. Really quickly. The truth of it is I understand what love means today. And I'm not talking about the love that most of you guys or us or myself at one time understood. This is a love that you can only understand if you have children. This is a love if you can understand if you have a real connection with God. This is the biblical love I'm speaking about. I thought I loved my wife. I knew I loved my wife after I had my children, because now I knew what this feeling was. Today I stand before you an emotionally intelligent man, and by that I could sit here, I could get up in front of you guys, I could cry, I could say I'm scared, I can honor fear, and I don't run today. Half of the things I was taught here was to just show up, you know. My ability to be a student, understand a concept, and then promote a lesson is the gift of my recovery today, you know. 5 years ago, I was sitting in a jail cell, and I didn't know what my life was going to look like. I got out, I came to Beit Shuva, and I chose something very small and safe. I chose a safe path. Something I understood about passion and having a path, becoming this emotionally intelligent man. If you don't feel every range of emotion on your pursuit to your destiny, to your goal, to your purpose, to your passion, you're living a small life. This is the truth. I thought I was a spawn, a seed of something evil. But there's something beautiful in that. There really is, man. I was a seed planted in hell, because only a seed planted in hell can have the branches and the fruit reach heaven. I stand before you today a free man, a father. And these lessons were taught to me at an early age. I come up here every year, and the biggest regret I have is I don't talk about my older brother. My older brother was the first individual that taught me what change was and resiliency. He was handicapped at an early age, and he had a difficult life because of it. But one thing this man never has done in his life is complain. He shows up and he brings himself. He's in the arena of life. And this is the blessing of my recovery. They talked about it earlier, being in the arena of life, right? What I started to understand about these naysayers and people that want to dictate and put labels on me today, nobody throws rocks when they're ahead of you. These are envious people. These are people that don't understand this love that I'm talking about today. You know, my ability to want to understand instead of the need to be understood. This is how I did it, man. To all the donors, I appreciate you guys. I came here without $1, and I get to give back in the work I do each day, man. To the staff, you guys are what makes this thing possible. You guys promote a message of love. You guys really do. Because to come in here and deal with all this shit, really, I mean, not every one of you guys, your first 30 days is nice, right? It is. I mean, I'm wrapping it up, and I'll still give you 4 strokes next week, man. Hey, guys, for real, you guys have shown me, because I still see a broken self, man, and you guys are really the mirror that helps me see myself as a whole human being today. Thank you.
Okay, we forgot Osei Shalom, so let's do that. We did it at the beginning, but now we have a rapper, so we have to do it.
Special guest rapper. Osei Shalom Bimroma, Hoya say Shalom Aleinu. Osei Shalom Bimroma, Hoya say Shalom Aleinu. Osei Shalom Bimroma, Hoya say Shalom Aleinu. Ya say Shalom, Ya say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Be'alko Yisrael. Ya say Shalom, Ya say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Be'alko Yisrael. Oh, say Shalom Bimroma. Oh, Ya say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Bimroma. Oh, Ya say Shalom Aleinu. Oh, say Shalom Bimroma. Oh, Ya say Shalom Aleinu. Ya say Shalom. Ya say Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Be'alko Yisrael. Ya say Shalom. Ya say Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. Be'alko Yisrael.
Before I walked through these doors, I was down and I'm feeling worthless. Then I made it to Beishuva, discovered I have a purpose. I was in a hole, I've been digging, it was a curtain, but I had to make a decision to put the holy work in. Doing dinner dishes gave me some responsibility, unable to leave on my own. I'm a bit emotional, I need a change of attitude. Started with the action, now showing a sense of gratitude. Opportunity pops up, now I'm making holla. Loving life so much I have to holla. I was sleeping in a shed, now I got a bed. I was sleeping in a shed, now I got a bed. If there wasn't a God, I would already be dead. He made this whole world for us, just don't let it get to your head. Oh, say shalom.
Ya say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Be'alko Yisrael. Ya say Shalom, Ya say Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Ve'alko Yisrael. Oh, round for Brandon.
All right, Brandon, where is he? Where's Brandon? Great job, Brandon. We're going to do Misha Berach. For those that are sick, those who need healing, if you're watching at home and you're not able to join us, if you have somebody you'd like to think about who needs a prayer of healing, healing of any kind of body and spirit, that's the prayer we send to God right now.
Sheberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzhak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Yivarech v'Yirapeh et hacholim Abraham, Yitzhak, veYaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, veLeah, Uyivarech, v'Yirapeh et hacholim.
Save the date, tomorrow night, Tisha B'Av. We are commemorating I was not going to say celebrating. We are commemorating Tisha B'Av here from 7 to 8:30. Join Beit Shuvah for a special night of community. Are we victims, survivors, learners? Together we'll sing, listen, and retell our stories as a part of the Jewish story. Also, on Sunday, join the community to close the camps. That's right. You can clap for that. Tisha B'Av morning. A Shachrit service and a protest against immigration detention, family separation, and asylum denial. Sponsored by 19 local synagogues, including Beit Shuvah. Sunday, August 11th from 9 a.m. to 10:30, downtown LA Metropolitan Detention Center, 535 Alameda Street. Chaplain Adam Siegel for more information. Also, there's a Sisterhood Mixer Saturday night at Dana Gash's house. Save the date, Bob Dylan Shabbat, Friday, August 23rd.
Let's go.
All right. Also, it's about that time. It's time for membership. So be a part of our community. Join us. If you're home for the holidays, know that we have live streaming. But we have your membership. Your membership packet should be hitting your mailbox this week. If you're first time here and we don't have your information and you want to join, see that woman right there, Jenny Jacobson, who will give you more information. Save the date, another opioid epidemic is also a Jewish problem. Sunday, August 25th at 11 a.m. with Harry Nelson and Harriet Rosetto. All right. Also, join us for the weekend with John Pavlovitz, September 13th through 15th. More information to follow. Greg, where are you? Greg's right there. He's got a songwriting group every Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Yeah. Choir members wanted. Rehearsals are Mondays at 6. Contact Laura Bagish. All right?
Choir, yeah.
Now, woo! By the way, just for the record, just so you know, I listened to the. I watched High Holiday services, and I listened to the choir, and actually Harriet had the best comment. I noticed. You said you used to be a part of the choir before it got that professional and that good. It's a beautiful choir, so be a part of the choir. See Laura Baggage. Also, where's Darren? I'm going to get this right, Darren. Bereavement Process Group for parents that have lost a child to addiction every other Wednesday from 7 to 8:30. The next group is August 21st. Contact Darren Fond via... Who could forget such a lovely woman? Also, I want to thank those people who are sponsoring tonight. Mark, where's Mark? Mark, your mom from Florida. We thank Mark's mama from Florida. Thank you for sponsoring Friday night. Zach, thank you, your dad and your family for sponsoring tonight. Also, the rest of your family, Sapta, Saba, Matt, and Jamie, thank you for sponsoring. We need 2 more sponsors for tonight's meal. So come on, who wants to sponsor? Come on. Come on. I'm going to... All right, Paul. Paul Bergman. Paul Bergman says he'll sponsor one more. One more. Yes, I'm sorry. Frank Tell. Frank Tell is the other, all right? Great. Thank you all much. We wish you a Shabbat Shalom. We're going to end services tonight with Ozi V'Zimrat Yah.
All right, you guys know the deal. Everyone stand up, join in community together. Thank you. Ozi V'Zimrat Yah.
Kiddush and Amotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher krishanu mitzvotav v'ratza banu בשבת קודשו, באהבה וברצון, הנהלנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית. כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בהרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. בשבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Amen.
All right, Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Good Shabbos, everybody.